Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy, Sirr of the 2020 Podcast, LLC. Please say the LLC. And before you listen to this episode, I just got to let you know, I need you to stop what you're doing. Go to blkrenaissance.com, and I need you to shop for the culture. That's right. Anytime you use the promo code LLC20 at Black Renaissance Clothing's website, you will get 20% off your order. Off rip, no questions asked. So do me a favor and do it for the culture. Peace.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
Okay, we lit it just like a fuse, so no need to pick and choose. Welcome to 2020, where we do more than interviews. The hottest be coming through, jumping knowledge on all of you. Get a peek at the front of you with the truth that they offer you. Yeah, hands up, we doing it for the culture. To give artists and businesses more exposure. Keeping it real and stay solid just like a boulder. It's about to go all the way down, can't get no lower. Chasing my dreams, know that they get no slower. But if I stay running, I promise they getting closer. Moreover, success my older. And if you're sleeping on me, I'm waking them up like Folgers. I told you, coming from the land with the tide roll. Well, we'll be on a whole different vibe though. We like to ride slow and keep our windows tinted so you really can't see us. Like Stevie Wonder waking up with his eyes closed. Yeah, got the kind of flow that rock the boat. On my 16s of pounds of dough. And if you figure you can hang with me on the mic, then grab some rope. Matter of fact, better grab some hope. While you at it, we keep it live. It's time to tune in. Turn up the sound on what you're using. It goes so hard, I think it's bruising. The show is 2020, no need to zoom in. Yeah.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy, Sirr of the 2020 Podcast, LLC. Please say the LLC. And today I have a special guest, hometown hero, Miss Kearria Freed has joined us today. How are you doing?
I am great. How are you?
I can't complain. Just like I told you just a moment ago, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to do this interview. You did not have to do this, given how busy you are currently, but you found a way to make this work out with your schedule. So thank you so much.
No problem. I think I was live here to share my story and inspire others.
All right. So just hopping right into it. So if you don't mind, just kind of a brief synopsis of what exactly occurred, with you, Kearria. Just share with the world your story a bit.
Back in March of 2015, I was a sophomore attending Alabama A&M University. I was 20 years old. And for spring break, my friends and I went to Panama City Beach and we attended a house party. And while at the house party, a guy began shooting and he shot 7 people. And I got shot in the head, my right temporal lobe. And it caused multiple injuries. Like, I'm missing the right temporal lobe portion of my brain. The right side of my face, it is now partially paralyzed. It was completely paralyzed. My ear was reattached. My right ear was reattached, and I have difficulty hearing out of it. During surgery, I had a stroke, and I couldn't walk for 2 years. The left side of my body was completely paralyzed. And I also couldn't talk for 5 months.
Goodness. And just like you and I were talking before the recording, as of now, you're preparing to graduate. You've overcome these adversities of what occurred, over a vacation. And I just kind of wanted to really highlight you because of the fact that you've overcome so much in such a small amount of time. That's the key part, like how quickly you've bounced back so far. So I kind of wanted to start with this question. What was some of the motivation to not give up, to keep kind of pushing that you had?
I would say my family support. My mom, the night she got the call of the shooting, she was there with me and she never left me through when I was inpatient in ICU in Panama, when I was inpatient in the rehab facility. I was home. Like she took off work for I think a year and a half. She was right there with me every step of the way. My sister sisters, they got on board. They was helping my stepdad. I just had a lot of family support there for me.
That's amazing. That's amazing to be able to pull that, kind of energy from your people and that kind of dedication. A lot of people aren't able to confidently say that they could rely on family to, take off a full year and a half. That's a long time.
Yeah.
So obviously, you encountered some struggles along the way. You mentioned that you weren't able to speak for 5 months.
Mhm.
What was that like? Like how did you guys have to switch up communication to kind of express yourself during that period?
The story is actually a little funny. I was inpatient in ICU, and my sisters would come visit me every weekend or so.
Mhm.
And one weekend, my little sister, she was in the room with me, and my mom had left her in there by herself with me. And when my mom came back in, she said I had a pen in my hand, and my little sister had a notepad in front of me. She was telling me to write my name. So I didn't write my name. I knew my name, but I didn't write my name. I actually wrote, "I love y'all."
Oh man, that's incredible. Do
It
you
was
wow.
it was just what I felt. I didn't know what was going on, but I just knew that they were there for me.
The fact that love would manifest itself in a way where even when you weren't aware of it, you was able to express that kind of speaks to the relationship you have with your family. Would you say that family is kind of a priority for you?
Yes, I'm very big on family. I always have been.
I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. So let's walk a little bit more towards it. Like looking from your family's perspective, after 5 months, you get the ability to speak back. Like what was the time frame after that? Did you start to kind of recuperate, getting back into things?
Um, Starting this when I was able to speak, my voice was very, very low. So they still have difficulty hearing me now, but I was very soft spoken and I was eating pureed food, like my food was grounded up and stuff.
Yeah.
That's it, basically.
I understand that's not an easy task, kind of getting back into the swing of things, not being able to speak, at all, and kind
Mhm.
of transitioning back into that communication style. Was that kind of like a taxing period? Was it like did it take a lot of energy from you communicating that way in that period of time?
Um, in the beginning, it did because I had a trach, and through therapy, I was using a speaking valve, the thing that you can hear, like I
Right.
can talk through, kind of whatever. And that was very difficult because it took a lot of breath support, and my system wasn't built up enough. I didn't have enough support myself to actually speak for long.
Okay. No, I understand. You want to kind of take your break and not overexert yourself.
Mhm.
So were there any other things afterwards that you had to kind of get back in the swing of doing? I imagine, walking or perhaps, just getting those functions back. What was probably the most difficult part?
Just daily living tests. I was wheelchair bound for 2 years. So transportation was a really big test for us because I was in a wheelchair. And to get me in and out of the car, my family would have to use this thing called a Hoyer lift. They would put me like a sack and pump the Hoyer lift up and swing me in the car.
Oh,
And it took a lot out of them and myself. But after a while, we were eventually able to purchase a van that was wheelchair accessible, where they would roll me on the wheelchair ramp and lift up, and it goes into the van.
Okay. And all right, I can understand. In those times you kind of make with what you can do. So, being able to kind of get you mobile, to kind of get you some semblance, because I imagine, after you being out of intensive care, I'm pretty sure you had to go to, like therapy and things. So, getting back into that normalcy a little bit could have been taxing on you as well. So that brings me to my next question. Um, you start to get, back acclimated, you start back uh, getting back to the normal life, and then you re-enroll. What was it like for you transitioning back into that social life of being a student?
School was my social outlet at that time because it was just me going to therapy and doctor's appointments. So I really didn't have much of a social outlet. I mean, I would go to family functions and events and things going out with my family, but besides that, nothing really. I mean, my friends all, you know, disappeared. So I didn't have much friend support. But yeah, what I'm saying. What was your question? I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was saying, like, what was it like transitioning back into that social life of being a student when you started going back to school?
Um, when I went to school, I took things slow. My mom suggested I take things slow because I was just wanting to go
Right.
ahead, get it over with, go where I left off. But I couldn't do that because I now have a traumatic brain injury. So I went and I took one course at a time. Each semester I added on a course, making a full course load. And socialization, it was pretty much the same. Like I never felt like an outcast, or I never felt like I wasn't included because of my disability. But it was this one time I made the highest grade on the final exam in one of my classes. I made I think it was 105 or something. And we were all discussing our grades and everything. And one of my peers, they were like, "Oh, you made that grade because you only take one class." I'm like, "No, you don't know the difficulties that I'm facing, how much hard work that this takes me, like how dedicated I am to this."
Mm. I think that says a lot about your character, not sinking that low to somebody like that. It's always easy to try and diagnose someone else's life from the outside. But the
Mm.
fact that you maintained your character listening to something ignorant like that says a lot about you as a person, because it would be easy to tell somebody about themselves at that point. Probably what I would have done, but I commend you on being a bigger person. So that speaks volumes. So were there, and I love to honestly ask this question because I always try to give hats off where credit is due for instructors and professors and teachers that really go above and beyond. Were there any teachers or professors that really stuck out, kind of stood out in your mind?
Throughout my entire journey, the schools and like instructors, as well as the students, has been very supportive and accommodating of me.
Wonderful. I'm always glad to hear that, because to a certain degree, you want them to treat you like any other student. You don't want that special treatment because, just like we were talking about earlier, you're about to, graduate. So you want that same level of success without any sort of asterisk next to your name or your degree. So if I may ask, what field were you studying in?
At Alabama A&M,
Hmm?
my major was food science with the
Okay.
minor in marketing.
Well, that's cool. What is it that you would like to do with your education going forward?
I want to obtain my master's degree in rehabilitation counseling and help disabled individuals in terms of education, employment, and independent living.
That's amazing. Giving back to your own community. I can't give you any more top tier marks on that. So one of the things I always do when I typically do an interview is try to end the interview on a positive note. Everyone has their own types of struggles that they deal with, and everyone every now and again needs kind of like a reality check and kind of an affirmation to get them going that they can do it. What words of encouragement would you have for that person that's feeling like they can't do something?
I would say that it's never too late to chase your dreams. Like we often get discouraged because we continue to compare our lives to others. We can't let their timelines match with ours. So continue to pursue and chase your dreams.
That is. Kearria, thank you so much for doing this interview. I was enamored with this story. I definitely am appreciative again of you doing this interview. If anyone wanted to contact you on social media, whether to discuss your inspirations or you maybe want to link up with you to work on something, or maybe just may want to interview you as well, what's the best way to contact you on social media?
I'm on Facebook. My Facebook name is my name, Kearria Freed. I'm on Instagram, special K _ I think. I don't know. And I also have my own nonprofit organization, Kearria Kares Foundation.
Really?
Our mission is to provide hope and recovery resources for young adults who are survivors of traumatic brain injuries, because there's very limited resources for their general population.
Okay.
So you can reach me at Kearria Kares Foundation on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Awesome. Awesome. And how long have you had this nonprofit?
It will be a year in July.
Awesome. So right around that pandemic era, you got yours going. Yeah, I'm for it. I'm for it. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I look forward to see what else you do for the city, for the people. Again, thank you so much for doing this interview. And this has been Sirr, Ms. Freed herself, and we are out.